coming to you from sunny downtown Suckville. It is the He Mistook Her for a Swan emergency broadcasting system. Welcome, people. Good to see you.
Greetings from the He Mistook Her for a Swan dungeon. Today, on episode 5, I must let you know that today is National Paranormal Day. So we're going to do some ghost stories, okay? We're going to do some ghosty stuff. Lots of scary stuff going on. We're going to talk a little about Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Do you know what's going on there? There's some crazy shit going on the interweb there. Iggy is in it. Tilda, the woman warrior, not the squiggle. You know, and aye, slimy things did crawl with slimy legs on the slimy sea. You know, yeah, you need to check it out. And let's see, other shit going on. We're gonna talk about ghost story. Polly Vaughn. Polly Vaughn is where we got her name. He mistook her for a swan. It's a line out of that song. And it's a ghost story. There's murder and ghosts. Both. It ticks 2 boxes. Cool, eh? And, other shit going on. X. New album by X. What's scary about that? Look at the fucking picture of him. Woo! Okay. Yeah. But no cool. Seriously. X is a great band. Bunch of old people making punk rock music. Gotta love it. And and then you know we're gonna close off with a very scary and beautiful and heart-wrenching song by our friend Brian Stillar, and it's a scary video and song, and a beautiful. It's sad and beautiful and dark. It ticks all 3 boxes that are requirements for us, and to make it like the icing on the cake is we've got Screamin' Sam playing Saw on it. So, fuck off. All right, so it's episode 5. Let's get things rolling.
Hey, people. It is National Paranormal Day. So, anyone there who's a little too normal? It's not your day. It's kind of a day. It's episode 5, and I think National Paranormal Day is a great time to have some ghost stories and some scary shit. And why not? Did you like the scary shit that I did? You know, with the flashlight and everything? Just like going to camp, eh? Dib, dib, dib. All right. So, believe it or not, yes, episode 5. Bunch of stuff going on. Bunch of interesting stuff going on. I wanted to mention, I don't know if you've heard about this, but I found out about it the other day, about a week ago. There's this thing called the Big Read, and what they've been putting this together for years apparently. And what they're doing is they're getting all sorts of sort of interesting, famous people, you know, not all like musicians, not people you ever even have heard of necessarily, although some of them you have, to read a couple stanzas of the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. So you should look this up. Just Google up the Big Read Ancient Mariner. And it's pretty fucking cool. I mean, it's right up our alley. He mistook her for a swan. Like, it's got the dark, it's got the scary, it's got murder. Well, not exactly murder. It's got a lot of death. And it's heavy. It's fucking heavy. And so, who's doing it? Okay, that's William Dafoe, Jeremy Irons, have each done like a couple stanzas. Iggy fucking Pop. And his is heavy. His is fucking good. Tilda Swinton. Hers is the best. Oh man, like if that doesn't send chills up your spine when she's talking about the slimy things on the slimy sea and you're going, not good. Marianne Faithfull just did the last one I heard, and who knows, like, it's a long fucking poem. I think we're only like a third of the way through. But I think every day they're releasing another one. I don't know. Maybe you don't give a shit. I think it's cool. I think it's really cool. And it's scary. So, National Paranormal Day. It's hard to say paranormal. Say that 5 times fast. Yeah. Other cool stuff going on. X has a new album. Believe it or not, Alphabetville. And apparently it just rocks. Yeah, you should check that out. You should definitely check that out. I don't know if you can actually hear it on Spotify. I was out on Spotify the other day looking for shit. You know how you do, how one does, right? I tried to look up Chris Dignan's album. It's out there. Under 1,000 plays. People, look it up, okay? Just look it up and like play it 1,000 times, because it makes me sad to see that it's under 1,000 plays. Because Let Sparks Fly by Christopher Dignan, look it up. That is one rockin' pop rock and roll album. Every song's good. Okay? So, just a little plug for my buddy. What else is going on? So, it is not only National Paranormal Day, it's National Wear Two Color Shoes Days. So for those of you who like miss the Bangles and Cyndi Lauper, do it. I don't care. I don't fucking care. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about a ghost story, a ghost murder story, a very interesting one. It's called Polly Vaughn. And Polly Vaughn is where we got our name. So in the song Polly Vaughn, they say he mistook her for a swan. Not just once, not just twice, many times. Like it's pretty much the chorus. And I remember when I was first thinking about forming this band, and I talked to Colleen, and I said, listen, Colleen, I think we should form a band called He Mistook Her for a Swan. And without any hesitation, she said, yeah, let's do that. Which, I knew that was going to work right away. Whereas I've gotten a lot of grief about the name from other people who they just don't get it, and it's too long and it's confusing. For God's sakes, look at some new bands. Our name is normal compared to Car Seat Headrests, who I love. You should check them out. They're good. Rat Boys, they're good too. Tons of new bands, crazy names. There's no more rules. All the simple names have been used up. Like Rush, done. We can't call ourselves Rush. And we don't want to. Okay? So let's talk about Polly Vaughn. So this is a pretty cool old song. It probably goes back to the 17th century. And I'll just give you a little rundown. Okay, so Jimmy's out. He's out with his gun. Out on the moors, I imagine, or whatever they have out in northwestern Ireland. And, the sun's going down, can't see anything too good. And he sees something white in the bushes, and he figures it's going to be a great idea to just, pop a few shots off. So, turns out, his girlfriend, Polly Vaughn, was walking around, starting to rain. She's out there doing, getting water. I don't know. What do young ladies do out there on the moors? But, I think she was going about legitimate business. She was not fucking around. She was doing what she's supposed to be doing. She's out there doing legitimate business, okay? Starting to rain. She figures it'd be a good idea to throw her apron over her head, her white apron. So, what do you think it is that young Jimmy shot? Yep. Shot his girlfriend. Shot her dead. Silly git. Okay. He's mortified. He walks over there. There's his girlfriend, dead. Polly. He runs home, carrying his gun. What an idiot. Cries to his uncle, I don't know about the uncle thing. There's a lot of uncle stuff going on in here. And, he says basically, you're not going to believe what just happened. I just killed Polly. I feel awful. My true love. So then, his uncle rushes out there and, he says, it's okay. Nobody's going to shoot you. You thought she was a swan. That's the whole thing, is that she had her apron over her head. He thought she was a swan. And he goes and kills her. So the uncle goes, okay, this is terrible. It's not good. But don't run away. Don't run away. They're not going to hang you for killing a swan. And then there's an interesting verse where basically they're saying change the topic, basically, and they're saying all the girls in that area, they're all pretty happy that Polly's been knocked off, because Polly was apparently better looking than them. And, there's what it says is you could take all them girls and line them up in a row, and Polly's beauty would outshine them like a fountain of snow. Fountain of snow. Sometimes, in some versions of the song, they say a mountain of snow. Anyway, that's a lot of snow. Then, last verse, they're at the trial. And there's young Jimmy. Polly's ghost appears and begs them to not kill young Jimmy. He didn't mean it. He mistook her for a swan. It's understandable, right? So, this is all very, very improper behavior. I mean, this would not pass muster today. No, sir. But it's an ancient song. So, just a little background. It seems possible that it's actually relating an actual event, because there's about 80 different versions of this song. There's 10 that are Canadian, from New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland. There's even some from Ontario. Oh yeah, boring old Ontario. Even us, we have a version of it. So everybody's got one. They have different, everyone's got a little, twist to it. But in some of the versions, they actually kind of name Jimmy's name. He's like James Reynolds. Jimmy. Yeah, James Jimmy Reynolds. Turns out, back in the 17th century, there was some Reynolds and there was some Vaughns. And Reynolds were Protestants, Vaughns were Catholics. Maybe. It might have happened. Somebody shot somebody. And, yeah. On the other hand, it also kind of ties in to some maybe older stuff. For example, Polly is always going to her uncle, and so is young Jimmy. What's with the uncle, right? So it turns out that in Ireland, it was a matrilineal society. So a child's mother's brother was your closest male relative, not your father, your uncle. And he was he was in charge of raising you and keeping you out of trouble and bringing you to adulthood, Go figure. So that's older. Then this whole swan stuff, they make it seem so pedestrian. So yeah, she threw her apron over her head, and naturally, the stupid git killed her. So, bit of a bad news to be killing swans in Ireland. Actually, kind of taboo. Swans have an ancient mythological life in Ireland. Back, the original, one of the founding myths of Irish mythology is the children of Lear. And Lear was like the sea god, and he had a bunch of children, and his wife died. New wife didn't like the kids, the bunch of girls, and tried to kill them. Unsuccessful killing them, but turned them into swans. So after that, Swans were kind of sacred, and you don't just go running around shooting them. I mean, I can't imagine they probably even taste very good. But, so, could be a mixture of something very ancient and something that maybe, possibly, really happened. Anyway, so, yeah, there you go. He mistook her for a swan. The song Polly Vaughn. Go figure. And just, don't do that. I mean, if there was ever an advertisement for gun control, oh, Jimmy. What an idiot, Anyway, yeah. She was more beautiful than all the other girls. Her beauty outshone them like a fountain of snow. There's something in there. I don't know what it is, but kind of, yeah, it grabs you a little bit. So, next thing we're going to do, is my friend, friend of the band, Brian Stillar, is, I think I mentioned earlier that he sent me a video of him doing a song. And basically, he was in his house, and he had this beautiful song called Star. And I don't know if Brian's house doesn't have windows, or I've never been to his house, but for some reason it was dark, it was night, the wind was blowing through his house, making a windy racket, and he thought, you know what, this is going to work. I'm going to put my phone down, it's just going to face the wall, and I'm going to play this beautiful song. And the wind is going to play along with me. And that's the basis of the song, of the recording of the song. So, Brian sends the song over to me. I take a listen and I think, wow, this is a beautiful song. I think maybe I could, if I added a little bit of a slide guitar, that would be cool. And then I'm thinking, what's going to go better with wind than the sing and saw? And who plays the sing and saw better than Screamin' Sanfarara? Nobody. And those things, it's like soup and sandwich. Wind, saw. All right, little slide guitar. The whole thing's very slippery. It's dark. It's it's heart wrenching. It's sad, and yet the music somehow uplifting. So I don't want to read too much into it. I think I just did. I read too much into it. If you want to know what it's all about, ask Brian. I don't know what it's about. But it's beautiful, okay? So we're going to play that in a second. I'll just give you a quick update from the bunker. From the He Mistook Her for a Swan bunker. Apparently they've obtained a new Swanmobile. The old Swanmobile cracked a block or something. And it was no good. So they've got this new snazzy Swanmobile. They are, as we speak, they're putting pontoons on it and attaching the wings so it can fly. And they're some deadly munitions are being attached to it. So in that kind of a Mad Max world that they live in around the bunker up north, they're all prepared, and that's good because we do need to keep Colleen safe. Colleen, obviously, is the superpower of He Mistook Her for a Swan. Colleen is the singer, the primary singer. I sing a couple songs, but it's like the singing. I'm the singing frog, right? Sometimes it works. Sometimes I'm just like ribbit. So, but Colleen is never like the singing frog. She is always right on every time, and is beautiful. And you're going to be able to hear some of those beautiful songs soon because, as I mentioned, I think the songs are mastered. We're busy wrapping our little heads around how we're going to make this album happen. We're going to put out an album. Why not? Why the hell not? Okay, so without further ado, and that was a lot of further ado, I'm going to pass this along. I'm going to play you Brian Stillar's song Star. And, it's like one of those those French movies from the 50s. Sometimes it seems like there's not a lot going on. Hang on, okay? Hang on to the end. Shit going on. So I'm going to leave you with this, and I hope you're all well. I hope you're safe. I hope you're doing all the right things. You're staying out of jail. Don't kick the dog. Call your uncle. Call your friends. Really? Would it kill you? Would it fucking kill you to call your friends? Really? Just do it. All right? Till next week, guys. Take care.
They just disappear. My love, I don't know. You think I do? Can we slow down? This way, communicating great. Speak too soon, I'd stare the moon. In a dream I save your fear. An angel's armor next to skin is where it's in, I guess. To a memory, it's time a green star.